Alright, so before I show you guys the trick, I actually want to give, a really quick, really big shout out to the Russian genius. He's actually really brilliant. He's, very talented, and I just highly recommend you guys check out his channel for different types of flourishes and, card slides and stuff like that. So if you're interested, go ahead, check out his channel. You trust me, guys, you're not going to regret it. And anyways, here is the trick. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be showing you this really cool card trick called Joker's Wild. I've seen a lot of requests for it, and personally I think it's a great trick, so here's what it looks like. Let's go through the deck, and I'm going to pick a wild card to start off. So let's say the Ace of Spades. It's a pretty prominent card, and what we're going to do is we're just going to leave this off to the side here, and then we can start off with the trick. And the deck I'm using today is the 130th Anniversary Edition for bicycle cards. I just want to say that so you guys don't have to wait for me to reply back to your comments. And one more thing, I am going to be going on vacation for a few weeks, but if I don't upload a video, that's why. And just stay tuned, because I am going to be doing a face reveal when I get back. Okay, so now remember at the beginning of the trick when I told you guys I had to use the Ace of Spades as a wild card. I'm going to get to that in a second, but for now I want you to pick two random cards from the deck. So these are completely random cards. It doesn't matter really what they are. And I'm going to show them to you, but it doesn't matter if I see them, because I'm going to have to see them later on in the trick anyways. So it looks like you've picked the Three of Clubs and the Jack of Spades. Alright, so two completely random cards. I'm also going to need you to remember these, because I'm going to take them one at a time, and I will mix them up in the deck. Let's go ahead, shuffle it up, get them lost, and I'll do the same thing with the Jack as well. So I'll take it, maybe give the deck a few cuts, and then shuffle it up. Okay, so just bear in mind the cards are lost somewhere in the deck, and it's going to be pretty hard for me to find them. But the reason I have this wild card is actually because this can change into any card that I need it to. This is what I mean. So let's say I take the ace, right? I take it right off the top of the deck, give it a little bit of a wave, and it actually changes into your Jack of Spades. But also bear in mind this is still actually the Ace of Spades, because a wild card, it just kind of looks like a different card. It doesn't really change into it. So watch. If I give it a flick, now it looks exactly like your chosen Three of Clubs. But if I take your 3 again, which is still the Ace of Spades, swipe it through the deck, and look, it changes right back into the Ace of Spades. Alright guys, so this is Joker's Wild. I hope you guys like it, and if you want to see how it's done, don't forget to stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, so here's how you're going to be able to do the trick. So to start off, this is kind of an intermediate trick. There's a few color changes and a few slights, but nothing necessarily too difficult, so I'm not going to be going too into detail with the little basic slights. But anyways, here's how you do it. So to start off, you go up to the spectators, and you're going to tell them that you're going to pick a wild card from the deck. And what you want to do is you can pick really any card, like a face card, maybe like a king or an ace or something. Most likely a joker, because that's the trick's actually named Joker's Wild, but I don't have any jokers with this deck. I lost them, so I just use a face card. So anyways, get your wild card and tell the spectators that you're going to be using a wild card, but do not explain what it is. Because you're going to have to do that later on. So tell the spectators that you're going to explain to them, what that it means later on in the trick. So you can give this deck to the spectators, and they can shuffle it off. It's a completely impromptu trick, which is actually a plus. So you can have the spectators shuffle the deck, and then tell them to pick any two cards that they want. They can go through and they can pick any cards they want. And then when you show them to the spectator, you can say, okay, it doesn't matter if I see them, because I'm going to have to see them later on in the trick anyways. But it looks like you picked the Two of Clubs and the Five of Hearts. Okay, so obviously this trick works better with two spectators, because each of them can remember one card. But if you have one spectator, make sure they can remember two cards at the same time. Okay, so from this point, you're just going to take the first selection, tell the spectators you're going to loose it in the middle, and all you're going to do is push it halfway in, push downward with your thumb, and push inward towards the deck, and grab a thumb break just like this. And all you have to do is bring that card to the top any way you like. I just did a double undercut. So take your thumb, or take your pinky actually, and take half the cards below the thumb break, transfer it to the top, and then take all the cards from the thumb break, put that to the top as well. So now what you've done is control their selection to the top of the deck, and then you can do a riffle shuffle, making sure to leave their card on top. So pretty simple there. And at this point, Spectator thinks that their card's lost, and then you do the same thing with the 5 of hearts. But obviously you don't want to disturb the order of this card because it's already on top. So what you do is you put their card, right on top of the deck, and what you do is a false cut. I just did the swivel cut in the performance, so if you want, you can just check the link out on the screen for that. And then now what you have is the 2 cards on top of the deck, and again you can just do another riffle shuffle, leaving those cards on top, and they're right there. Alright, so at this point you can tell the spectators that their cards are hopelessly lost in the deck. It's going to be nearly impossible for you to find them, and that's why you have the wild card. So at this point you can explain to the spectators what exactly a wild card is. You can tell them that it can change into any card you need it to, and stuff like that. And all you have to do is misdirect them, flash this card around a little bit, and that way you can push off the top card with your thumb, pull it back, catch a break, and then you are ready for the next part. So at this point you tell the spectators, okay, so this wild card can change into any card we need it to, and as you say that, you just put it right on top of the deck, and then now you put that right on top of the break, and you have a 2-card break with the spectator's selection. So at this point, you're going to take your your thumb, put it on the left corner, middle finger at the top corner, top right. Your index is going to be right on here on the top border of the card. And now all you have to do is you're going to do the shake change. So if you want to see that, I'm pretty sure there's a tutorial on YouTube, but I'm not going to go into detail. But all you're going to do is while you're shaking the card, you're just going to peel your index this way and shake the card like that. And that way it's a really cool, really nice visual change, and it looks great. So at this point you can push off the card and say, look, so this is one of your selections, and it looks like the wild card has actually changed into this card. But you want to tell the spectators that obviously you want to tell them that this is still the King of Diamonds or the wild card, but it just looks like their selection. And as you say that, you want to get a 2-card break, so that way you have their selection and the wild card like that. So what you could do is you can say, look, you can hand this card to the spectator, and while they're not looking, you can just get a 2-card break like this with your thumb. You can do a pinky count, whatever. You just need that 2-card break, and then what you want to do is you want to say, look, so obviously since this is still a wild card, you just set this right back on the break. You say, so as this is still the wild card, this can still change into any card I need it to. So what you want to do is you want to do the Shapeshifter, and I've done a tutorial for it, so go ahead and click the link on the screen. So at this point you can do the Shapeshifter, and you can say, look, so now the wild card is actually going to change into your next selection, the 2 of clubs. So what you have here, okay, is when you do the Shapeshifter, you actually have 2 face-up cards, the wild card and the selection. So now all you have to do is flip the double over. Okay, so it's really easy to grab. You just flip this face-up double over. You say, look, so I'll take your second selection and watch what happens. And then you tell spectators, bear in mind this is still the wild card, and say, look, and now at this point you just open up your fingers. You say, look, so if I just swipe it through the deck, it's really simple. It's not really a move. You just kind of swipe it through the deck. You say, watch, now it changes back into the wild card from the beginning. Alright, so this trick is really cool. You can put in whatever color changes you want. Those are just the ones I used. And as always, I hope you guys like the trick, and thanks for watching.